What's going on, everybody? I'm Robert Slavinsky. This is Bridging the Geekdoms, and this is my Marvel Rewatch review. And today I'm talking about Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, that came out in 2019, just, 2 or 3 months after Avengers Endgame. Now, this movie, when I went and saw it in 2019, I didn't know what to expect. I really did enjoy Homecoming. And you'll hear that in my review once I get to that movie. But for the most part, Far From Home was the first film coming out post Endgame. And that was just intriguing. It was what's going to be the ramifications of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in regards to what happened. And not just Endgame, but Infinity War. Let's talk about the snap, or as they call it, the blip, or how people came back. It was really intriguing. I was going in hoping to get so much of that. And while we did get a little bit, we didn't get a whole lot. So when I went into this movie in 2019, that's what I wanted to see. We got a solid Spider-Man movie. The fact that they brought in Mysterio was absolutely... I never thought ever that we'd see Mysterio in live action. And they pulled it off. They did a really good job. Jake Gyllenhaal did an amazing job as Mysterio. I kind of wish they went a different direction with him, but ultimately, I thought they pulled it off really well. How they tied it into the grander MCU and him being a former employee of Tony Stark and all that, I thought was interesting, but it felt very cookie cutter. It's kind of the word I use a lot with the MCU is cookie cutter, because it seems like it's a trope or something that they utilize constantly in some form or fashion throughout the MCU. I came out in 2019. I enjoyed it a lot. I really, really did. I enjoyed it. So this is actually a review or a rewatch that I was looking forward to doing. When I was looking forward to doing, because I truly did enjoy the movie the first time around. Now, I have watched it a couple times since the time I saw it in 2019. So rewatching it, now, it was just one of those things. I was just kind of like, I'm going through all these movies, and you know what? Instead of watching all these movies that I hated, let's jump into one that I know I enjoyed. So that's what I did. Jumped on, watched it, and I still really enjoy the film. I don't think it's as good as Homecoming. I think Homecoming is the better Spider-Man movie out of the two. But it gives us a lot. It dives into Peter Parker truly struggling with not just losing his mentor in Tony Stark, but also him still trying to become this hero that he wanted to be and that Tony believed he could be. And you see him struggling with that quite a bit. And it's rather heartbreaking at times, because you can tell that he wants to be a kid. He wants to be a teenager and have a life with girlfriends and friends and sneaking out and all that stuff. But he also has that desire to be responsible. And because, with great power comes great responsibility, which, never is really said in these movies, but that you can feel that in him and feel that whole idea surrounding him. So the fact that this movie is able to encapsulate both of those pieces of Peter Parker, I thought was done brilliantly. And the fact that you bring in Mysterio and you bring him into this whole fact that he's just like, look, man, you don't have to be a superhero. You don't have to walk in Tony's footsteps. It was just a nice little way of doing that, and it was a very well made story. I thought it was done perfectly. The effects, the visuals, and everything that they did with Mysterio was fantastic. I truly love it. The end fight could have been a little bit better. It was very much just like Homecoming. There wasn't much of a fight at the end of that movie. There's not much of a fight here. He's just kind of smashing and jumping around robots a good bit. So that's kind of thing I think that these Spider-Man movies have missed, in the MCU is really getting him to actually go with some fisticuffs and do some things there and skills in fighting. But overall, I really do enjoy this movie. I thought it was done really well. Effects were great. Acting was phenomenal. It's interesting to see how everything's going to play out now, because we have Spider-Man 3 coming up, and we heard all the different rumors of different people being in there. And, maybe by the time you're watching this, you will have seen Spider-Man 3. And whether there's rumors of Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, and all these other characters and actors coming in from the wide range of Spider-Man movies that have come out, maybe that'll all end up being true. But at this point, I want to see where it's going. I want to see what they're going to do in regards to what happened to Peter at the end of the movie and being revealed as Spider-Man to the world. Is the multiverse at play here? We know that WandaVision takes place before this. WandaVision's going on right now, so not really sure. We got 2 more episodes of WandaVision, so we'll see how that all plays out and how it connects to that movie and then Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But I want to see what they're going to do with Spider-Man and how they're going to explain him being Spider-Man, how the world will perceive and see him as Spider-Man. I want to see that. It's and then another thing I want to see. I want to see if they bring Mysterio back, because I think a lot of people really, really enjoyed Mysterio. But again, I kind of want to see it done differently. I kind of want to see a Mysterio that is truly magical and can utilize magic. I think it would be really cool to have that aspect brought in with the Doctor Strange aspect. Now with what's going on in WandaVision with Wanda, hopefully eventually she gets called Scarlet Witch, and Agatha Harkness. It's going to be interesting to see because they're getting more into the magical realm of things. So I kind of want to see what they go in that direction. I would love to see them maybe bring a Mysterio played by Jake Gyllenhaal from another universe who actually is capable of utilizing magic. But the movie was fantastic. I loved it. This is a short review, but when you love something, you just you got to just put it out there. So that was my quick rewatch review of Spider-Man Far From Home. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of the movie. I heard a lot of people say they don't like this Spider-Man movie. Some say it's the worst. Look, is it the best Spider-Man movie? No, but it's enjoyable. I still think Homecoming's better, but Far From Home is a damn good Spider-Man movie, and I do highly enjoy it, and we'll continue to watch it whenever I want to watch a Spider-Man movie. So let me know in the comments what you thought about Spider-Man Far From Home. And make sure if you enjoy this video, you hit that like button. If you like what I'm doing, make sure you hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that jazz. But with all that said, guys, I'll talk to you later. What's going on, guys? Did you enjoy this video? If you did, make sure you smash that like button. And for more, hit subscribe with that little notification bell. That way, you'll be notified every time a new episode drops. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.